Good morning. Today we're going to learn to compare fractions by creating common denominators or numerators. So I want you to watch as I do this first problem. Adriana and June have granola bars that are the same size. Adriana ate 2/4 of her granola bar. June ate 2/5 of her granola bar. Which girl ate more of her granola bar? I can see the question is asking, which girl ate more of her granola bar? So my answer is going to be a name. Oftentimes when you're comparing, your answer is not going to be a number. It's going to be which one has more, which one has less. So more means I'm looking for the bigger fraction. So which one is bigger or greater? All right, so let's go back up to our words. Adriana and June have granola bars that are the same size. That's important because remember, I can't compare fractions that are not the same. Adriana ate 2/4 of her granola bar, and June ate 2/5 of her granola bar. So I'm going to create common denominators. That means I'm going to change these fractions so that they are equivalent and have the same denominator, because it's easy to compare fractions with the same denominator. So June ate 2/5 and Adriana ate 2/4. Okay, so I have to think, last week, or maybe 2 weeks ago, we talked about finding equivalent fractions using multiplication and division. I know that I have to multiply these fractions by something that is the same as one whole. That means my numerator and denominators are going to be the same. And my outcome is I want my denominators to be the same number. If my denominators are the same number, then I know the bigger fraction is the bigger numerator. I don't have to worry about the denominators anymore. So the easy thing is to multiply 5 times 4 and 4 times 5. So I'm going to multiply 2/5 times 4/4. Remember, when I'm finding equivalent fractions, 2/5 is going to be the same as this fraction. I have to multiply by one whole. 2 times 4 is 8. 5 times 4 is 20. So 2/5 is the same thing as 8/20. Down here, I want to get 20 as my denominator too. That way it's easy to compare. 4 times 5 is 20, so my numerator has to be 5. Remember, these have to be the same to find an equivalent fraction. I'm finding a fraction equivalent to 2/4. 2 times 5 is 10, so 10/20 is the same as 2/4. Now I can compare these fractions a lot easier. 8/20 is smaller than 10/20. So I can say 8/20 is less than 10/20. So 2/5 is less than 2/4, because 8/20 is the same as 2/5 and 10/20 is the same as 2/4. If this one is smaller than this one, then 2/5 is smaller than 2/4. But I'm looking for the bigger fractions. I know that 2/4 is my bigger fraction, and Adriana ate 2/4. So my answer to this question, which girl ate more? Adriana ate more. Now, yesterday we talked about using a picture, and here's our picture, and you can see those are pretty close. But 2/4 is bigger than 2/5. This is what Ready Maths looks like. They multiplied by the same thing to find 10/20 and 8/20. They did the same thing. 8/20 is less than 10/20, so 2/5 is less than 2/4. So therefore, 2/4 is the bigger fraction. Okay, let's try one together. Do this with me on your whiteboard. A grasshopper weighs about 2/100ths of an ounce. A beetle weighs 8/10ths of an ounce. Which weighs more? So which insect, so my answer is going to be an insect name, weighs more? So again, I'm trying to find the bigger fraction. Okay, so first I'm going to think about the picture, 2/100ths. Well, if I think about that hundredths block that's split up into 100 pieces like this, it's hard to draw. That means two of those are going to be colored. If I think about 8/10ths, that means 8 of these are going to be colored. So very easily I can see, I think 8/10ths is going to be bigger. But let's find common denominators. We're going to change these denominators to be the same. So I have a grasshopper, I'm just going to say G for grasshopper, weighs 2/100ths, and a beetle weighs 8/10ths. Now, sometimes I don't have to change both of them. If I can think of a way to turn 10 into 100, then I won't have to change 2/100ths. Can you think of 10 times something that equals 100? That's right, 10. So what does my numerator have to be? 10. Good. And 8 times 10 is 80. So I'm comparing 2/100ths to 80/100ths. I know that 2/100ths is less than 80/100ths. So therefore, 2/100ths is also less than 8/10ths. So the beetle weighs more. Here's our picture from Ready Math. Much neater than mine, but it's hard to draw hundredths. And here's the math. They also only changed the 8/10ths. They didn't need to change the 2/100ths. Comparing fractions with common denominators are very easy to do. Now let's find common numerators. So if you look at the fractions 8/400ths and 8/10ths, when two fractions have the same numerator, how do we know which one is greater? So remember, the bigger the denominator, the smaller the pieces. So this shows a picture of 400ths, and this shows a picture of tenths. I can see these little tiny little pieces are much smaller than these pieces. And if I color the same number of them, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, there's 8 400ths. If I color 8 10s, I'm coloring all the way over here. So I know if the numerators are the same, the smaller the fraction, the smaller the denominator, the bigger the fraction. So 8 tenths is greater than 8 400ths. I think it's easier to compare with common denominators than common numerators, but it's still not bad. Let's do this one together. Mel's tomato plant is 8/12 of a foot tall. Her pepper plant is 3/4 of a foot tall. Compare the heights using less than, greater than, or equal to. So this one, the question is not asking me to find out which one's bigger or smaller. I'm just comparing the heights. And I need to use a symbol. So I know I'm going to say 8/12 compared to 3/4. That's going to be my answer right here. So I'm going to write my fractions. I'm going to stack them, 8/12 and 3/4. And I'm going to remember I'm changing the numerators to be the same. So 3 times nothing equals 8. So I'm just going to multiply both of these fractions times 1 whole. That gives me something that's the same. And again, the easiest thing is to multiply 8 times 3 and 3 times 8. So 8 times 3 is 24. Remember, this has to be the same. 12 times 3 is 36. If I multiplied, I need to get something in my numerator that's also 24. So 3 times what equals 24? 3 times 8. My denominator has to be the same to create an equivalent fraction. 4 times 8 is 32. So I have 24 36ths and 24 32nds. So remember, the bigger the denominator, the smaller the parts. So if my numerators are the same, the smaller the denominator, the bigger the fraction. So I'm both coloring 24. If I break up a rectangle into 32 pieces and color 24, those pieces are going to be bigger than a rectangle broken into more pieces, 36 pieces. So 24 32nds are bigger than 24 36ths, so therefore 3/4 is bigger than 8/12. So I'm going to come back up here and I'm going to put my symbol showing the alligator chomping the 3/4. 3/4 is greater than 8/12. Or if I read this the correct way, 8/12 is less than 3/4. Your turn. Find common numerators to compare these fractions. Pause the video to do your work, and then unpause the video to check your answer. Okay. Remember, I'm multiplying times something to get the same numerator. So I'm just going to multiply by each other. So I'm going to multiply 4 times 6, which gives me 24. But that means that this has to be a 6 as well. 7 times 6 is 42. 24 42nds. I'm thinking 6 times what gives me 24, because my numerators have to be the same. That's 4. So my denominator is also 4. 9 times 4 is 36. So, same numerators means the same number of parts are colored. The bigger the numerator, the smaller the pieces. So 42 pieces are smaller than 36 pieces because my rectangles are the same size. So 24 36 is the greater fraction, so 6/9 is the greater fraction. So 4/7 is less than 6/9.